friends, hello, how are you doing? Hot as a pistol, they are saying on Wall Street right now about DWAC, which tomorrow is the day where this is supposed to merge. You are supposed to wake up tomorrow, look at your phone, your computer, wherever you're at, and see that digital world has turned into only we can imagine what we will see tomorrow. The ticker for it will be DJT, Donald Trump's initials. Go figure, which will now be Trump Media. So it has happened. It looks like it is finally happening. So congratulations to everyone that held on. I made a video last week where I was saying, I'm probably going to sell out soon. Have not yet. And a lot of people were agreeing. A lot of people were like, I can't trust you anymore. You should have sold out. But this is kind of where I was imagining this was going to go. And today it kind of did what I was hoping and honestly what I was gambling on, that we would see big movement today. Now, still we're not seeing crazy movement in the sense of like we're not seeing, like $60, $80 yet. And I'll explain that. But today was honestly a good day. We broke into 51 and some change, and the stock still after hours, which is the best part about the story that I'm spewing out of my mouth right now, is that the stock is trying to go to $55 after hours here. So even after the bell has rung and Wall Street has closed, digital world is still moving like crazy. So I'm going to be honest, I would not be surprised tomorrow to wake up to DJT. Did I say that right? That's the new ticker. Yeah. And this thing could be at $60, $70. I kind of think there's going to be a big push in the morning. I think tomorrow will be a big push. Now, here's what I will follow up with you with saying that. There will be a big push tomorrow in this stock. Now, what numbers will it hit? I don't know. And how long will it last? I don't know. But the market was hot today, too. And the market was very hot. Crypto market was hot, too. I mean, everything was just like going straight up. So will that momentum go tomorrow? I'm not so sure. The market did start itself a little bit towards the end of the day, but it's still a lot of things held their ground, especially DWAC here. So saying that, this is kind of where I just for the voyage that we have been on, we've all been together, and this has been a long road, and just want to say congratulations to everybody. But this is kind of where I have to separate myself from the voyage and just kind of go my own way. And I think we all have to pick our own road at this point. After tomorrow, I think you have to pick a place where you're comfortable at. You can sell at a place where you're like, I've made enough money, I'm not going to be greedy. If you're wanting out of this, you're saying like, I'm going to sell for X amount of money, and I'm going to walk away for a moment. I'm going to let the dust settle. Or you're just going to stay in it and you're going to hold it over the summer. Totally fine. And I'm going to talk about what I mean by that. But tomorrow, what number we will bring in, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to be shocked to wake up and see this thing, even around 6 o'clock a.m., to see this thing playing around, a $50, $60, $55, $60 mark. I think that's kind of going to happen because we're going to have, other markets entering into this here soon. So with that, tomorrow, like I said, I think you're going to have to decide where you want to sell. Tomorrow's going to be very up and down. There's going to be a big push, but more than likely, after tomorrow, I cannot guarantee your safety and where you stay in this, because there will be a sell-off. There will be a sell-off. Whether it happens tomorrow afternoon, it happens, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I don't know, but I think we all know there will be a sell-off in this stock, and I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. That's just kind of the logistics of what's going to happen here. We're seeing the push. Today was the push, a big push. Tomorrow will probably be an even bigger push for however long it will last. But after that, you're kind of on your own where you have to make some decisions. So that's all I can really say about that. That's all. I just think, I'm not going to tell anybody where to sell, where to buy, anything like that. The main thing I can tell you is to just not allow yourself to be greedy. Just be happy. Even if you miss another 10, 20%, it's okay. It's okay. Be happy, because saying that, this is going to be the first initial big push on this stock. More than likely how this could play out. The rest of this week, I can't imagine by Friday the stock's going to still be super hot. I would not be surprised tomorrow to see big numbers, big push. Probably Wednesday we'll start to see a little bit of sell. Thursday, Friday we'll start to see a lot of sell. Now what that sell will fall to, that's really going to be the interesting part. Are we going to see Digital World stay at a $50 mark? Are we going to see it go to a 40, 30, 20, or back into some high teens? These are very real possibilities, because there's nothing to ground the stock right now, and that's really what I want to say. And I think that needs to be addressed and made very clear, very important to everyone, that you're buying in and you're bidding into hype right now, and that hype is today and tomorrow, whenever you're watching this, which will be the 26th. The 26th is when this will merge into its new ticker, into what it really is. There will be a slight chance for you to make money on the 26th. Anything after that, I can't guarantee your safety on that. How the laws of the stock market usually work with things like this, there will be a tremendous fall. And probably this stock will have its up and downs. It will be a very volatile stock over the summer. That is guaranteed. And obviously it's going to move. And it's still going to be a healthy stock in the sense of like it's going to move. I don't think it's going to be a dead end stock. I think it's still going to bring in some big numbers. I still think it's going to be a very volatile stock where it could go from $15 to $25 in just a 48-hour period, because just off of it's going to be moving on news. Everything Trump does, the stock's going to move. Everything bad, it's going to move. And right now, Trump is still in this whole court thing. And today was a good day, too, for Trump because he had his court date pushed back, or the money cut in half what he was supposed to pay. So, the stars aligned today with this, with what's going on. So saying about what you're buying into right now, that's honestly what you're buying into right now. You're buying into this big push right now. So if you're buying into Digital World right now because you're like, well, I don't want to miss it. I want to be a part of, Trump media. And, this thing's going to go through the roof over the summer. I would hold off. If you're buying for a long-term position right now, personally, I would be careful with that. This right now is strictly a push to see how much money short-term investors can make right now, and we know tomorrow will bring push. We know it will bring volume, and anything after that Wednesday, that's just like you got your hand in the water with a bunch of sharks, and you could get bit very fast, and that's really what it is. Today and tomorrow are hype plays. After that, we will have a few more hype plays, but more than not, over the summer, you will start to see this company be built into, okay, what quarterlies are they bringing? What's their financials? What are they doing? Do I really want to sit in this long term until this company really turns into something? Can I withstand the emotion and the volatility of this stock, leaving large amounts of money into it to where it'll turn into X, price wise? But I do think the biggest play of this stock will honestly come here in September, October, November, especially with Trump more than not going to be the nominee for the candidate running against Biden, and potentially could win. And I'm not trying to make this political, and I'm not trying to make this a political video voting for Trump or anything. That's not what I'm doing. I'm simply talking about the stock and what's going on here. And it does seem crazy that, this is legal, that this is allowed. I mean, this is really crazy that we're allowed to partake in something like this. This has never happened before, where you've had a company where the face of it and the leader of it was the president of the United States, and potentially could be the president of the United States again here just in months, days away. And what that would look like for this stock, I don't know. I don't know what it would look like. This could turn out to be the biggest hype play in the history of the stock market, where this thing just really takes off because it has just so many people involved in it that buy up shares and push it just because they love Trump and they believe in Trump. So, that's where my mind is getting scattered in this right now. I think you're going to have more people over the summer that are getting involved in this stock. because of just the sense of they just want to be a part of what Trump is doing. And I still think there's a lot of people that love Trump that that whatever he does they want to be a part of, that they don't even know about this yet. So when they find out he has a platform where they can buy into it, and, for their retirement or whatever, and most people that start buying stocks right off their phone and all that kind of stuff, they're not looking up quarterlies. They're not looking up debt to cash on hand ratio. They're not looking at anything like that. They're not looking at logistics of what's the next 2 years of this company look like financially. They're not looking at things like that. So these are just little things that will more than not add up going into a big hype push into later in this year, the fall, with this company, with this stock. So this is kind of where my head's at with this. And, I'm not saying that I have a crystal ball and any of this is going to work out the way I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm just watching a lot of stocks and how people react to stocks, and a lot of stocks are just kind of creatures of habit. They move the same because people move the same and they push them the same. It's why today was kind of Friday was an easy day to call, Monday today was an easy day to call, and tomorrow will more than not be an easy day to call. Anything after noon tomorrow, I would be very gentle with what you were putting in this. So if you're buying in this tomorrow, anywhere above $40 tomorrow, I would be past 10 o'clock, after the last big push, because more than likely we'll have market start 9:30, 10:30 we'll have push into 11 o'clock, then we'll have sell off, and then right around 12:40 to 1 o'clock we'll have another push in the market, and that will be about it, unless we have a late night push. But the lifespan of this hype play in digital world right now, I don't know how much it's going to last. So I hope everybody understands what I'm trying to say there. I'm not trying to talk junk about this whatsoever. I am totally, I love the stock and what it's done and how it's played out. So I just kind of hear what I'm saying there. I'm not trying to throw shade at it whatsoever. Anybody that's thinking that, I swear I'm not. I don't want to see people get caught in this or bag holding it, because I really don't know who else is talking about this on YouTube or what their play is. I don't know. I'm just kind of letting you know this is really what I'm thinking and what I'm doing personally. So tomorrow would be my day. If you're not wanting to bag hold this, I would sell out, because here's the logistic part of what's probably more than not going to happen. Tomorrow there will be the biggest play we've had on this thing. It will hit its max tomorrow. Potentially Wednesday, potentially. It will be leftover volume. But anything after that, the big money is probably going to leave. You have to understand that there's people today, and we saw this today. We saw this, right? When this thing went from, it was like $43 and then it shot up to $51. That's because you had investors coming in here and buying large sums of shares. They're more than not likely buying Digital World at $51 a share to keep it all year long, because that's ludicrous. That's absolutely bonkers, because the stock and the company is not worth that right now. It's not worth a $51 share price. It's just not. It's not. Look up the logistics of what it is. And it won't be the rest of the year if you actually put it up on a wall with money and what it should be. It's just not. It's just the same reason of why am I paying so much money for a share price of Tesla. It's because half of that, what you're paying for, is what Tesla will become and what people don't want to get left out of. Don't get left out of. That's the main thing. So there's a lot of that wrapped up in here, and that's not me saying anything mean whatsoever. What I'm saying is people are buying this at such a high price right now. Why we saw that is because tomorrow they're going to flip it. They're going to flip it. And that's great. That's what trading is. That's the fun of it. So once again, I've said this before, just don't be naive tomorrow to think that if this thing moves to $60, $70, $80, that it's going to stay there, because it is not. There is no way. There is no way. Unless this thing catches some kind of momentum, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope this thing does do that, but I guess what I'm really trying to say is I would just tell people to be really careful how high you're buying in here. I think we're seeing the setup. You either see the setup right now or you don't. And I think it's a great setup. What's happening here is just don't get caught up in it too high. There's a play being played out here, and you can either do it right or do it very wrong. I don't have a lot more to say. I've kind of spoke on it so much. I'm watching it unfold just like you, but I will say I'm very excited. I'm very happy with what it's done so far. I will totally admit I expected to see a little healthier, a little beefier stock price. I thought for sure we would close the day at least at a $55, $60 mark. That's why I'm kind of expecting that it will open up a little high, and it will be very volatile tomorrow, very volatile. So I would just be very careful tomorrow. Just be very careful, friends. Obviously, do what you need to do what you want to do. You are your own investor, but this thing will be very volatile tomorrow. There is no doubt about that. But I hope it runs. I hope it runs like a madman. I hope we see triple digits, and I hope people make stupid amounts of money tomorrow. And I'm so happy for all of you that do and change your life, change your family, and that's the fun of the market, man. That really is. So, friends, I'm gonna shut up. I wish you all the well and the best out there, and we will talk again tomorrow. What's happening, and it's going to be a big day. It is going to be a big day. Friends, take care. Bye bye.